Hi everybody, this is going to be your first math video of days NTI 23 through 32. The packet looks like this. It's got a schedule for both weeks and then a little blurb that please have your parent or you read just so that you know what to do with the packet, what the intentions are. If you've not picked this up already, they do have them at school. They are available in the library, so you just go, tell them that you need your NTI work. If you are in special ed, we have already made packets for you that should have all of your NTI work put together, so super easy. Anyways, so your first day of NTI in this packet is Monday, April 20th, and it looks like this. So there's 60 multiplication problems on this page, which I know sounds like a lot, but I promise if you have been really practicing over these last few weeks, if you did the 10-day challenge, if you've been doing the multiplication practices and quizzes, you really should be starting to see some growth in your multiplication fact knowledge. And so while 60 may sound like a lot, you'll be surprised, I think, at how many you can answer correctly on your own. So what I want you to do with this page is I want you to set you a timer. Okay, sit down and set a timer for 5 minutes. If you feel like you need a little bit more time, multiplication's maybe not your strongest suit, go for 6, okay? But no more than 6 minutes. So set your timer, and during that time, I want you to go through and answer as many multiplication problems as you can. Obviously, you want to start with the ones that you know for sure, that you know the best. So if you know all your times zeros and all your times ones, and you're pretty good at counting by fives, go through and just scan your packet and do all the zeros, ones, and fives first. Okay? That way you get more problems answered in that 5 minutes than if you stop on like 12 times 7 and you really don't know your 12s and you spend your whole 5 minutes trying to figure out that one problem. So use that strategy to set your timer and then go through and answer as many as you possibly can, as quickly as you can in those 5 minutes. Once that 5-minute timer is up, what I want you to do is grab a multiplication chart or a calculator and go through and check your answers. So only the ones that you have answered, I want you to check and see if you were correct. So let's say in 5 minutes I answered 13 problems, okay? And after going through and checking all of those problems, I missed 2, but I got 11 correct. So I'm going to take a pencil and write the number 11 in the top corner and circle it on my paper, just like that, so that I know on this day I got 11 multiplication problems correct in 5 minutes. All right. Once you do that, go through and fill in the rest of the chart, okay? This is going to help you to just get some more practice in seeing those math facts, and just repetition is key. All right, so whatever ones you didn't get filled in, go back through. You can use the multiplication chart or calculator and answer the ones that you didn't get, okay? Later I'm going to share some rules with you, multiplication rules that I hope will help for those of you that are kind of really struggling with this. I'll just share a few every day, and hopefully it helps with letting some of these sink in. So that's what you need to do for Monday, okay? Really, it should take you no more than 10 minutes. So don't let this be something that stresses you out. I'm going to walk over here to my whiteboard. I'm in my home office. So we've got a whiteboard put up, and I've written all over it. I'm just going to show you guys a couple of multiplication rules today that should hopefully, like I said, help you in the future. So we're going to walk over here and turn this around. All right, so we see here multiplication rules for Miss Roark, Price, whatever you decide to call me, days 23 through 32. The very first one that I have here is numbers times 0. This is one we talk about all the time. I'm going to just quickly graze over it because you all should know that by now, that any number times 0 is 0. So if I do 4 times 0, that is 0. 12 times 0, that is 0. Even if I did 1,000 times 0, that would still be 0. Okay? Remember, when we're thinking about multiplication, this is 4 groups of 0. So if I just had 4 groups with nothing in them, I have nothing. Okay? Next one, number times 1. So any number times 1 is that number. So 4 times 1 is 1. 12 times 1 is 12. 6 times 1 is 6. 9 times 1 is 9. Okay, so again, that is 4 groups of 1. So if I drew that out, let me just get a marker so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. I know I've done this a million times in class, but let's say I have 4 groups, okay? And each one of those groups has 1 in it. All right, if I add all those dots together, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we're talking about when we're doing this, okay? So the next one, numbers times 2. Any number times 2 is the same as that number plus itself. So if I have 4 times 2, all that means is I'm taking 4 plus 4. It equals 8. Okay, so you just take that number and add it to itself. You do that number 2 times. It's doubled. So 12 times 2 is the same as 12 plus 12. And you can easily figure out 12 plus 12 because you all know that inside of a 12 there's a 10. So if I break this number apart, that's 10 and 2. 10 and 2. So 10 plus 10 is 20. And 2 plus 2 is 4. So therefore my answer is 24. All right. So those are 3 rules that we have gone over in class several times. I feel confident that you all should have those pretty well down. So the one that I'm going to introduce you today is numbers times 3. And this one can be a little complicated, okay? Those odd numbers are harder for us sometimes to count by. People do tend to have trouble memorizing their 3 times tables. So this rule says that any number times 3 is the same as that number times 2 plus itself, okay? So if I'm trying to solve 4 times 3, well, I just did 4 times 2 over here, and I know that that's 8. So 4 times 2 is 8. And then I'm going to take that number 4, all right, from the initial equation. I'm going to take it and add it. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 4 more is 12. All right, that's the same as 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Look at it down here. 12 times 3, 36. So what this is saying, this rule says that if I take 12... and I do 12 times 2. Well, I already had done that over here. Remember? So 12 times 2 is 24. And then I'm going to take that 12 and add it to 24. So 24 plus 12 is 36. Again, I can think about these numbers broken down into their parts by place value. So 24, I could break that down into 20 and 4. And then 12 can be broken down into 10 and 2. So 20 plus 10 is 30, and then 4 plus 2 is 6. Put them together, that's 36. All right, so those are your 4 multiplication rules for today. Hopefully that helps you guys in learning those multiplication problems. I have several more rules that I'm going to share with you in some following videos. Okay? Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helps you guys. As always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, concerns, problems, even if you just want to talk. Okay, I miss you guys a lot, and I've had several people that have FaceTimed or texted me, and it's really great to hear from all of you all. Love you, miss you, and good luck. Bye.